Hey everyone, my name is Garrett. In this video, I want to go over 5 easy drone moves I use on every flight and 5 more advanced moves that I use on every flight to help capture really cinematic and awesome looking footage. So let's get into it. So to help you with understanding what I consider a basic move and what I consider a more advanced move, a basic move is using only one of these joysticks, either one. The left controls elevation, the right controls direction. But on a very brief note, that's what I consider easy and more advanced. More advanced uses both joysticks at the same time or uses this turn knob to help pan the camera. Easy is just one of these really up, down, or back, forward. So let's get into it. The first one I have is just a straight back. So you're up, let's say you're at 300 feet, and I got a drone right here. You're at 300 feet and you just go start straight back. This really helps, especially if you are in front of the object. So let's say I got a water bottle here. If you're here, the water bottle is behind you and you start going straight back, it's a really cool way to introduce this subject into the scene. One of my favorite shots, really. The second one is really the straightforward. You have water bottle, you're here, you fly over, you can get some really cool shots like that. I'm going to go into a more advanced version of that same shot later on in the video. Still, the tripod, whatever you want to call it. Drone is just sitting here. This is really good for active scenes. So I'll put some scenes up for every single move that I do. To kind of give you some examples. I got some really good footage when I was in Peru, where we were out in the desert and there's some dune buggies driving around, and you kind of just let the scene do the work for you and you're just hovering there. It's like if you had an extended arm or tripod with a camera way up there. That's what it'd be. The descent and ascend, so basically taking off and landing, these are really easy shots. All you do is just press the camera button. Especially one of my favorite things to do, especially just learning how to fly, is to go ahead, have it auto land, and then just film it going straight down, because it's a complete controlled descent. So it's not you, and you don't have to worry about the speed and all. It's going to be a complete controlled descent all the way down, and you can get some really nice stable footage from that. And same with the taking off. It's going to take off once it gets up in the air, and you just go straight up. I won't again put some clips of all of this stuff as I'm talking about this. But the takeoff, let's say you're on an island. I was in Colombia filming on San Andreas Island. There's palm trees all around. I'm in the beach. And I just take off and you just go above the palm trees and then you can see the open water. It's a really cool, it's a really easy shot to do, but it makes the scene look absolutely fantastic. So now I'm going to go into the more advanced flights, or the more advanced moves, I should say. So now I'm going to go into the more advanced moves, and again, the advanced moves will use either both joysticks and the gimbal rotation, or one joystick and the gimbal rotation. So the first advanced move I have is basically a pan up. So you're basically either moving forward or backwards with your drone while panning up. So you start with the camera facing straight down, and as you're moving, you want a it could be slow or fast. I prefer more of a slower pan up. It's more dramatic. It makes it just makes the scene look a little bit more cinematic. The faster it goes, it looks just a little bit choppier, and it's hard on the eyes. That's something I've just learned over time. But flying forward or back while panning up is a really great way to kind of go ahead and introduce your scene. Especially, I got some shots in Peru of Lake Umante, and I'm flying way up there. We're at 16,000 feet, and the drone's probably at 17,000 feet because we're at like 16,500. So the drone's up there, and you can get a really cool. So I was flying forward. I was flying towards the lake and also panning up. So by the time the camera is all the way up, you see this lake and the mountain, all of this stuff. It's a really cool shot with just a little bit extra. But that's something that takes some time and practice of how fast and hard to press. It's a very, very small movement that you want to be making, and you gotta keep it steady, because if you accidentally slip, well, now that shot's ruined. So that's one I really, really enjoy. It's probably one of my most used ones. The other one is going to be the straight up and backwards. So it's more of this. DJI does have a mode for it, but it doesn't shoot in 4K. I don't really like to do it unless I know the scene or the area I'm in might be a little hard for me to get some good stable footage. Then I will let the automated software do the work, and it will just fly the drone itself. I don't really like it because I like to go way further back, and this only goes back 380 feet. But it's basically, you can do it one of two ways. You can go right when you take off, and you can go up and start going backwards to help introduce the scene. Or you could just be hovering at a certain altitude and then start going straight back while introducing some height to it. Either one, it works. For me, it depends on the setting that I'm in. And another one I really like doing is I pan down at something, or the subject that I'm initially starting at is nowhere near the focal point of the scene that I actually want to be shooting. So I got a couple versions of this. One, it's really, really, really nice if you can get a shot of your camera being straight down, filming the water coming up onto the beach, and then slowly raise your drone, and then you can move it this way and pan up, and you can introduce the skyline of the beach. Either way, so if you want to film, if you know the skyline is more, or if it's better looking to your left or to your right, you can go straight up, start panning, and start moving the drone this way and pan up. That one is actually a fairly difficult shot. There's a lot of things. You got to control your elevation speed. You got to control the pan speed. Lots of things that you want to be kind of considering. But it's a really, really cool shot to pull off if you can go ahead and do it. And again, going back to one of the first ones is if you're near water, if you can get really low near water, and you can fly probably 10, 15 feet, maybe even lower, probably 10 feet above the water. And again, a lot of the work I do, I love the pan up, pan down stuff, especially with the more intricate stuff, moving multiple, adding elevation, decreasing elevation, moving the drone left or right while panning up. I really, to my eyes, I really like that. I really enjoy how that looks. But one is, if you're cruising at, let's say, 30 miles an hour with your drone and you're low to the water and you start panning up, it creates some really cool footage. It's something that I really enjoy doing. But in Texas, I don't really go out to the lakes too often. So it's something I have to do when I'm traveling. And I'm not a beach person, I'm a mountain person. So those shots I don't get too often. Okay, so the last move I really enjoy doing is the pan left, move right, pan right, move left. So you're basically either doing, the left joystick is going to be panning your drone. So it's going to be basically moving it this way, and then the right joystick is going to be moving the drone on a horizontal axis like this. Sorry, I have my controller on. So it's going to be moving it like this. So if you're moving it to the right and you're panning to the left, you can create some cool shots. And again, if you're moving it left and panning off to the right, very cool shots. Some shots I really always do, and again, I'm going to be putting example footage right up on the screen so you understand what the shots kind of look like. If you have any shots that you recommend, that you love doing, please drop them down in the comments below. Always love learning from other people. So let me know if you have anything, if you want to learn more, if you want something a little bit more in-depth with the controller involved on how to do these shots. Let me know, I can definitely make that. But just want to get some more information out there and kind of what I enjoy doing on my end. Thanks again. If you like this video, please like it. Please consider subscribing. Want to get to 100 by the end of the year. I think I'm at 54 subscribers. So please, if you can, subscribe. It means a lot to me. Makes me motivated to keep pushing out content. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks again.